Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Wine with Jimmy channel here on the world of YouTube. Thank you so much for stopping by on this educational channel designed to really help those of you that enjoy wine enjoy it better. It's specifically designed at those of you studying wine qualifications such as WSET. And this little series we have here is WSET Level 3 SAT Full Examiner's Tasting Notes. So SAT, Systematic Approach to Tasting, Full Examiner's Tasting Notes. So that's me. I put my all my notes up here so you can go off and purchase the wine if you wish and correlate it to your tasting note to see how you did in preparation for your tasting examination, of course. As always, if you have any comments, questions or concerns, please do get in touch. You can do so by commenting on this video below. And why not put some comments about the wine if you are tasting this at home? So how you did, how you scored, and any additional comments and queries that you may have. Please make sure you click like and subscribe down there as well. Also, social media, you'll see at the bottom of every slide. If you are that way inclined, you can get in touch with us that way. So the wine that we are talking about on this video is the Marc Brocard St. Clair Chablis. So this is village level Chablis. Chardonnay, of course, 100% from Burgundy, and it's from the very, very good 2020 vintage, where we're finding some beautiful Chablis being made. 13% ABV, and this is available about 15 quid from the Wine Society in the UK, and this was tasted at the start of December 2021, as it says at the bottom right. Just remember, in your tasting note for the level 3, you do not guess the wine or the vintage. It's just about writing a very, very solid tasting note. So first of all, the appearances, 2 marks available, 1 for the intensity, 1 for color. You'll see that I've crossed out clarity and other observations just because at this level, we don't allocate marks to those. So this is quite a typical looking Chablis. It is pale, lovely thick watery rim to it when you tip your glass away, and then lemon, which is what probably about 3/4 of white wines sit in this kind of pale lemon category today. So that's 2 marks all done on the appearance. Now, if you haven't been here before on one of my online tasting notes, I split the nose into the intensity and development on this slide, and then the aromas on the forthcoming slide. So you'll see here just 2 marks available out of the 7 for nose here for intensity. And this actually has a rather lovely intensity. Chablis, certainly in lesser vintages, can be a little bit simple, but in this instance, it's beautiful. It has all the hallmarks and trimmings of a Chablis. So medium or medium plus. As an examiner, I am allowed to put a range on a couple of lines on my tasting notes, and I've done it here on the intensity. So you can have medium or medium plus. You are not allowed to put ranges down. The wine style is not showing any tertiary. We'll see that on the next slide. So this is a youthful wine for your second mark. Then we have 5 marks available for the nose aromas. And these are all in the primary category. There were no noticeable secondary characteristics, and there were no noticeable tertiary characteristics. So you can have any of the following. Jasmine elderflower blossom is absolutely fine for your floral compounds. Apple, gooseberry and pear for green fruit, and you must be putting the descriptor here. Remember, if you just put down green fruit, you will not get the marks. You need to be specific with your descriptor. Citrus fruit like grapefruit and lemon, and there is not often on Chablis, but there is on this style, and the vintage is showing through here, a little bit of peach, like white peach note to it. So stone fruit comes into play there. It has a little bit of herbaceous notes, maybe a little bit of grass, asparagus, maybe a little bit of green pepper. For me, more herbal, more fennel, dill. I've put sage, basil down here as well. And then really distinctively flinty and wet stones, that sense of minerality. We, of course, can't taste minerals, but it's that kind of real classic note that you get in Chablis. So I put wet wool, steely, wet stones, flint, any of those. These ones I've added in. You can add in descriptors if they are considered quite normal. You can't be adding in random things that are probably only specific to you. So 5 of any of those characteristics. Okay. Now, you will need to check always if a wine is simple. I think this wine has got too much intensity and too many descriptors to be classified as simple. So I would not put this down as simple. Now, on the palate, it is going to be split into 6 marks available for the characteristics on the palate, and then 3 marks for the flavor on the palate. So the first 6 marks, here we go, of the 9, it's dry and high. So dry, no sugar or discernible sugar, very high in acidity, very typical of Chardonnay from Chablis. Medium alcohol coming in at 13%, so a little bit of warmth there on the palate. The body is often Chablis is quite light. Here, I would say there's a bit more body behind the fact that there's a little bit of ripeness from the fruit, like peach, for example. So I put light or medium minus for the body. So I've given a range. You need to be one of those characteristics. Medium flavor intensity. I was close to putting medium plus, but I've just gone for medium. And the finish was really good, actually. Medium plus, about 45 seconds with this kind of flinty, stony character. It's fruity floral, then a little bit herbal, and then it's kind of stony and minerally on the finish. It's close to being long, but I'm just plumping for medium plus in this example. 6 marks there. The other 3 marks, which are the flavor characteristics, we'll do on the next slide. And it's exactly the same slide as we saw for the nose. So any 3 marks for any of those primary characteristics. So if you have copy and pasted from your nose and you got 5 marks available on the nose earlier, you should be getting 3 marks just here. Okay, so that's a total of 9 marks available for your palate. And then we, of course, come to our finishing part, which are the conclusions. And I think this wine was quite close to being very good. I did plump just for good in the end. Let me go through that. So this is good and drink now, not suitable for further aging. Let's go through why that is. First of all, why is it good? Well, it has balance. So I've given it a mark for balance. There's nothing wrong with this, nothing out of balance. It's also got very clearly defined flavor and aroma for its intensity. We said medium, medium plus on the nose, medium intensity. And the wine's body is only light or medium minus. So rather nice defined characteristic there. So I gave it a mark for intensity. I just didn't give it a mark for length. This could be very close, but it's medium plus. It needs to be long. Complexity, it's not complex. It could gain complexity potentially, but really this wine I think is in its best area as an early stage. So I'd say that this is not complex at this stage. And for this reason, there's not much body behind this wine. Chablis can age, and certainly at the higher end, the Premier Cru, Grand Cru, and I know some village levels are capable as well, but I think it's beautiful in this position right now. So I think what we're really asking you to look for when you think about a white wine aging, to make it clear for a student, is that we need some texture and body with that acidity and good fruit definition. It was good fruit, but I don't think it had the body to carry this for aging, but great acidity behind it. So that's why I've gone for drink now, not suitable for aging or further aging. The total marks available for a white are 20. A pass is 11, a merit is 13, and a distinction is 17. So please tot up what you got. And if you wish to share with everybody else, please do pop it in the comments section. And don't be scared. Of course, it's just a nice little bit of skill to be tested there. As always, again, if you do have any comments, questions or concerns, please do get in touch with me by commenting on this video below. You can click like and subscribe as well to make sure you get our weekly updates with things like these tasting notes. Social media at the bottom of every slide if you are that way inclined. And if you are visiting London in the United Kingdom, come and see me at one of my establishments. Come and see me for a class, a glass, or a bottle. I've been Jimmy Smith. Ciao for now. Goodbye.